comfortable from them on the point of view they're not being stared at, and that staff are aware, and we try and limit how many staff go into them, because you don't want too many people in contact with, especially the mentally disabled person, because they obviously have to build up a rapport with one or two people, because they have a shorter attention span than the rest of us.
Yeah. Greg, do you think that people's prejudice and attitudes have changed towards disabled people?
I'm not hugely like in what sort of time frame?
Say in the past 20 or 30 years.
I'd probably assume so, because like you sort of, when you hear sort of older relatives, and they'll occasionally say like sort of what would I think now be considered kind of a certainly rude comment about people with like disabilities, certainly mentally disabled people. And I think people are a lot more accepting now and actually trying to change. Yeah.
Well, I saw a map of the underground the other day from the eyes of a person in a wheelchair, and it was really quite extraordinary. I mean, do you think that there's much more that can be done to make public conveniences more accessible?
Certainly, there's like wheelchair access. Certainly, there's always more places that can be implemented. Generally, it's obviously expensive to do it, and in some cases impractical, but it's still something that I feel should be done, because like there's some places where like you try and take my mum to the pub to have like a pub lunch type thing, and there's just a step there and just like can't get in, or we can get in, but it becomes a bit of a spectacle when I'm having to like try and drag the wheelchair up over the thing, which is drawing like unnecessary attention to something that should already be easily accessible.
And did you find that the owners of the establishments, like the pub, were they welcoming, or?
Yeah, like I generally think they are certainly quite welcoming in that capacity, or at least need to appear to be, but it may be a case that they've just not thought about it or haven't had that situation before, and on the strength of that may intend to change in the future. I've never found anyone that was anything other than accommodating in that sort of capacity.
Michelle, do you think that with the cuts coming from the NHS, do you think your patients and yourself, in fact, are being affected, and in what way?
As long as I've worked for the NHS, there's always been some cuts in some form or another. So it's kind of another wave of cuts that we have always had to deal with something in some capacity. But I'm hoping, I mean, it doesn't matter how much money you have or how little money you have, it is your attitude and how you cope with what you have is the important thing. So I think as long as people are caring and they understand people's needs, I think we can come through a lot together. And I think patience and proper use of resources by the general public make a big difference.
Okay, so how do you think that the situation can change, ideally?
Ideally, not to use A&E departments as GP services, and to, when they see people are distressed or people are running around the place, there is always someone sicker, just to understand that. And just be compassionate and patient, and bring a good book with you if you're going to wait in the waiting room, and just be understanding that there is people with needs, and we will get to you as soon as we can.
So do you have a lot of problems with aggression in A&E?
We do. But that, I mean, again, I'm going to say since time began, that's always been there.
Of course.
It's not acceptable, but there's always other influencing factors. We deal with a lot of alcohol issues and a lot of drugs and stuff like that. But it's just one of those things. It's the nature of the job, unfortunately. It's not acceptable.
No.
And we try not to tolerate it.
And is the sort of weekend, I'm sorry guys, but we're going to have to wrap up there. But thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
Michelle and Greg. Now, let's take a look at what our Mintz family have to say about disability.
So, the kids have gone to bed. We're all alone.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Oh, you bet I am, you tempting tigress.
Oh, I love it when you talk animal. Oh, whisper me sweet nothings in that accent of yours.
Very Russia, very.
Buster, he's a very special little guy. He's from the school's community care program.
Oh, so he's retarded.
Really?
Well, is he?
Dad? You can't say that.
Why?
He's my friend. He's my special friend.
I want to be.
What is wrong with him?
His eyes seem a bit off.
Oh no, he's an amputee, Dad. He's got special learning abilities.
Don't you mean disabilities?
No!
I think you do, son. I think he's not normal. I think Buster is disabled.
No, he's not!
What makes you think that, Dad?
Well, firstly, he has no arms, which makes him physically disabled.
Oh, no, he can use his feet, so he is physically able.
I like bunnies.
See, he likes bunnies. Everyone normal likes bunnies.
That's nice. Where do you play with your bunnies?
I am the bunny. Where is my carrot?
He doesn't even know what you're talking about.
It's pointless trying to communicate with them. Can't we just lock him up?
Well, we've still got Mudspank's kennel.
No! He's my friend. He'll sleep in my bed. You're just afraid of him because he's different.
Exactly. Don't worry, Bob. Buster can stay with us as long as he wants to. He's part of our family now. And we show our family
Unconditional love.
we should be proud of Bob, taking on a poor, disabled boy. Well done, Bob.
Yeah! That's right. That's right. Applause.
We must learn to appreciate people, however different they may seem. They're just the same as us underneath it all.
Beautiful. Oh, look.
My ears are bleeding.
Yeah. You see? Bob's a wonderful person.
Blood everywhere.
He's getting really busy down there.
What's that?
Go, Bob!
Whatever will they think of next? Unfortunately, our show has now come to an end. Thank you to my guests for coming in to speak to us today. Join us next time when we take a look at money, money, money. Thank you and goodbye.